Happy Thursday. How you doing? We're talking about the Jesus book. The Jesus book. Today I want to talk to you about the name of Jesus. Oh my goodness. Jesus and his name are one and the same. You have the name of Jesus, you got Jesus. Say this with me. The rest of my life is the best of my life. The best of my life is the rest of my life. Everything I touch turns to gold. I am smart, getting smarter every day. I am extremely talented. Great things are coming my way. Everything always works out for me. I am a wonderful person. Pastor Jim is a wonderful pastor. Pastor Jim is the ultimate pastor. Because, hello, I get results, and because I'm available. Folks, let me tell you something. My phone number is the only phone number in the country people can call and get what they need from God. It's the only one. What I'm doing, I'm the only one doing what I do. Now, there's a couple other people trying to do what I do, but you basically got to fill out a form. They'll get to you. Some people will take phone calls from 1 o'clock till 1:15 every third Thursday of the month. I'm here all day, every day. If you don't get me on the phone, I'll call you back. I'm going to get your needs met. When you ring my phone number, I am totally committing to getting your needs met. And if you don't get me, try me again. If you don't get me the second time, I'll get a hold of you during the day. Believe me, you got a call coming back. When you call me, I'm going to get a hold of you. You and me are going to talk. And like somebody said, he tells people that spending 5 minutes with Pastor Jim is the best 5 minutes you will ever spend. Because I'll get your needs met for you. And it don't take me long. Believe me, most calls last less than a minute. And people get miracles. Some of these calls last 30 seconds. Guy called me and says, "Oh, Pastor Jim, I got all these storms going on in my life, and this is happening, and that's happening. Do something, do something." I said, "In the name of Jesus, stop." I said, "You're all set." He said, "That's it?" I said, "That's it." And everything stopped. How did Jesus stop the storms? He said, "Stop." He didn't pray over it for an hour. He just said, "Stop." I said, "Stop in the name of Jesus." It stopped. I said, "Be healed in the name of Jesus." First person I ever got healed took me 5 seconds. I said, "Be healed in the name of Jesus." He got a miracle. I told a guy with pancreatic cancer, I said, "I got the perfect cure for that." "What?" I said, "You want to get rid of it? I got the perfect cure for it." "Yeah." It's in the name of Jesus, come out of him. He got healed. How easy is that? But you got the kind of faith I do. That's how it works, folks. People with headaches, people with Alzheimer's, say, "Come out of her," in the name of Jesus. Everything is caused by evil spirits, folks. Every sickness, every disease. Read Deuteronomy chapter 28. It's all curses. Curses and demons. Huh? The name of Jesus. You call me today, I'll get you taken care of too. Have your friends call me. Everybody should know, call Pastor Jim. This is the most valuable phone number in the whole country. Because there's no other number where you can call and cause God to give you what you need. I'm telling you, nobody's doing what I do. Very few people could do it. And the ones who could do it don't take phone calls. They don't want to talk to nobody. Their schedule doesn't permit the time. Well, my schedule is busy too, folks. I'm doing all kinds of things. I mow lawns for neighbors. I fly airplanes for a company up north of us to fly cancer patients around for their appointments. I do some of that. I fly people around, and I'm telling you, it's amazing. I'm busy all the time, but I got time for you. And when you call me, you are the most important person in the world to me. I'm going to get you taken care of. People with great faith in the name of Jesus live and minister on a much higher level. Now, all this that I'm going to tell you today is in this book. You read this book. But we're reading the Jesus book this week. After what my plan is. Now, the Jesus book and the blessing book are a little bit longer books. But most of these books are small books. You can read these books in an hour or two. Even the miracle book is not very long. Because it don't take me long to tell you how to do stuff. And these are wonderful books. And those books, you can read those books very quickly. So I'm going to read those books usually on Sunday or so. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the week in this book. That's my intentions. I'm going to read through my weekly book. Because God told me anybody who reads one of these books every week for 2 years is going to live in absolute abundance. I did that in 2017 and about 2019, 2020. Between that and the next 3 years, I'm telling you, my net worth exploded. Just exploded. Just, you wouldn't believe how much it went up. Exactly what God said. The name of Jesus, using the name of Jesus, carries the same weight as having Jesus himself right here. Can you imagine that? How would you like to be talking to Jesus himself on the phone? Well, when you talk to me, I'm going to use his name. I'm using his power and his authority, and I can get you anything he can get you. Because he said I could. In John chapter 14, verse 12, that which I do, you can do also. The reason I can do what he did is because I have his name. He gave me his name and his power and his authority. He said, go and do what I do. I am continuing the work of Jesus. I'm not the only one doing this. There's other people doing it too. And I give them credit, but they don't take phone calls. They're not available. I am. That's what sets me apart from everybody else. Brother Hagin was a wonderful, wonderful minister. Incredibly anointed. But you couldn't talk to him. Even the students at Rhema couldn't talk to him. I never had a conversation with him. Nobody did. I'm also anointed. You can talk to me. That's what sets me apart from all these other people. I'm available. Huh? That's a big deal. Jesus, when he was on this earth, folks, he made himself available. He didn't sit in a cave somewhere. He was out. He was walking around. People could approach him. The woman with the issue of blood grabbed a hold of his garment. Jairus walked right up to him and said, my daughter is dying. Help me. Jesus went with him. He would stop everything he was doing and go with somebody who needed him. When somebody approached him with a need, I believe they became the most important person in the world to him at that time. He was ready to go with them, and he did go with them. He went to Jairus' house and raised his daughter from the dead for him. That's incredible. I mean, when you think about the love and compassion that Jesus had for these people, I believe I have some of that. I care about God's people very much. Pastors ask me all the time, how can you do this? How can you talk to all those people? I said, I love those people. They don't understand that. I feel bad for them. Instead of Jesus making things happen now, I use his name to make things happen. Through the power of God. People who have great faith in the name of Jesus have the same power as Jesus had when he was on this earth 2,000 years ago. The power is no different. There is no difference between me standing here talking to a sick person or Jesus standing here talking to that same sick person. no difference. Because he gave me his name to use. He gave me the power of attorney to use his name to conduct his business. And his business is ministering to his people. That's his business. And he gave me the power of attorney to use his name, his power, and his authority to go out and minister to his people on his behalf. And he gets all the credit and all the glory for everything that happens. Because without his name, I can do nothing. But with his name, I have no limitations. Do you see this? See how this works? But it takes great faith. But I've developed this faith over the years. That's what I have spoken to a crowd of thousands of people and got everybody to place healed at one time. I have turned businesses around overnight. A huge business, a fashion business was failing. Had payroll due the next day, couldn't pay it. I said, in the name of Jesus, God will provide everything you need. The next morning at 9 o'clock, somebody came in and put in a huge order and paid for it up front. And he had money, and he's still in business. His business is still flourishing. His business all straightened out. And he is the fashion designer to a lot of the big shots in the Christian business. But he needed help. He couldn't even get them on the phone. But he got me on the phone. I took care of it. From the ministry of Jesus and faith in Jesus, see, when Jesus was here, people had to have faith in him, in his ability. He asked these two blind men in Matthew 9, 29, 28, and 29, he says, do you believe I can do this? He wanted faith in his ability. Faith in God is faith in his ability. And they said, yes. He said, be it unto you according to your faith. What was their faith in? In him. But now he's gone. He's gone. So instead of having faith in him, we have faith in his name. Because in Acts chapter 3, verse 16, Peter said it was faith in the name of Jesus that healed this man. So we can see that there's a transfer there. There was a transfer of faith from faith in Jesus to faith in his name. And this book will cause you to develop faith in the name of Jesus. And you, if you really get a hold of this book, will be able to do what I do. I'm trying to create people to do what I do. Can you imagine? I want 100 or 1,000 people out there doing what I do. Can you imagine how many people would get healed? There'd be nobody die of sickness or disease. There'd be nobody broke. Nobody's kids running around full of drugs and alcohol and running away from home. When I break the power of the devil over a family, that family straightens out. I just had an amazing case of that. I've had a bunch of them. Marriages get put back together when I just break the power of the devil in their lives. I'm telling you, this is something incredible going on here, folks. If everybody in the country knew what was going on here, there'd be a line a mile long on Sunday morning to get into our church. As it is, most of the people going there right now have no idea what's going on. They come sometimes. That's okay. That's okay. But one of these days, they'll realize what they had, maybe. It's an incredible thing. It's incredible. This is not going on anywhere else. But it's going on here. Tap into it while it's available. It's not always going to be here, folks. One of these days, who knows when, years and years from now, I will go to be with Jesus, and this will be gone.